Hi everyone, it's Leilani. Welcome back to my channel. So today it is time for another episode of Super Scraplift Saturday. So if you haven't checked out these before, I will link the playlist below. But once a month, me and my friend Heather from Heather's Crafty Life do a collab over here on YouTube where we choose one crafter in the Scrappy community and we scraplift one of their beautiful layouts. Then Heather will do a video and I will do a video, both doing our takes on the layout. So I will definitely link Heather's YouTube channel so you can go watch her video next. And this is the gorgeous layout that we are going to be scraplifting. This is from Tarrah M over on Instagram. So I will link all of her info below as well. And you should definitely go give her a follow and check out her page. So here we go. So today I am using the Brave and Bold collection from Amy Tan. So I already had that in my stash. So I'm excited to be able to use some of that. I love this collection. It's really cute, but also some of the colors are a little bit darker. It does have these bright pops though, which I definitely love. But the photos that I'm documenting today of my husband Will are a little bit on the darker side. So I thought that this collection really complemented that well. So I know that you only saw the layout that we will be scraplifting for a second on screen, but I have also linked the layout below if you want to pull it up again or anything. But Tarrah basically started off, it looked like, with a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, and then cut another sheet just a little bit smaller to go over top so that that backing page kind of peeked through on the top and the bottom. So I decided to do that same thing, and I chose the black paper that had little flowers on it for my actual backing 12 by 12 piece, and then I used this white grid style page for the top sheet. So I'm going to adhere that right on. And then I chose a few different pattern papers and I used a citrus twist tag as a template. And I went ahead and cut out 6 different tags so that I could have those as the main source of my embellishments on my layout. So I have the tags cut out. I grab them and kind of start putting them into place here in just a second, but they are pretty big. You'll notice that they're a little too big for the layout. They stretch the entire span of the page, which was not what I was looking for. So I go ahead and I just kind of like freestyle cut this one, and it worked out in my favor. Sometimes I do things like this and I'm mad at myself because it doesn't look right, but luckily in this case it looked really good. So now I'm using that one as a template, and I'm just going to cut out all of my tags again, just basically trimming them off a little bit so that they're a little smaller and they will fit on my spread a lot better. So for this week, I was actually the one that chose this layout. So me and Heather kind of go back and forth picking the layout each month. And I really loved this one because I've been super into kind of a grid style layout in my scrapbooking lately. And I love a layout where it would be easy to document more than one photo. So I found that for me, for 12 by 12 spreads, I really love to document multiple photos. So Tarrah on her page, she only did one photo and the other 5 of her tags were just embellished, but I wanted to document 3 different photos here of my husband. So at first I printed them all off at 3x4s and I quickly found out that that was far too big. So I'm going to set those aside and use them for another project. And I went ahead and reprinted them off, I think a little bit bigger than a 2x3, I think. So I just kind of played around with the size and I went ahead and cut those out and they fit perfectly onto the tag. So I love the way that that looks with 2 on the top and 1 on the bottom. And then the Amy Tan collection came with 2 different cut aparts. So one was 3x4s and one was probably like this size here, maybe like a 2.5 by 2.5 or 2x2 or something. So I am using a few of those cut aparts either to actually use as embellishments or to use as backing paper for my photos. So I loved that Love Your Life 3x4 card. So I knew that I wanted to use that as almost like a title on the top section. So I cut that out to kind of be the same shape as the tag. And now I'm just using some of these other ones as backing paper behind my photos. So these were some really cool photos that were taken of Will when he was tattooing in Oxford. So that was really cool. They're like on their website there. But as soon as I saw them, I knew that I had to document them. I love, of course, having pictures of my husband. And also these were just special because they were him like in his element. And I'm not there with him all the time. So I loved having these photos. And I knew that I wanted to document them in a layout. So I've been kind of holding on to them for this video for a few weeks now. So I also ended up cutting out that So Fun, which was just on one of the cut apart sheets, and added that onto that tag. And then one thing that Tarrah did was she used some twine and kind of tied the two tags together. So you'll see that the holes on the tags are facing each other. Now she tied a little bow on each one of them, but I just felt like the bow didn't quite go with this particular layout with Will on it and everything. So I just end up tying them together here just in a little knot, and I really liked the way that that worked. For the one in the middle, I decided not to add that. I liked the Love Your Life card just the way that it is without the hole punched. And so I just add it here on the first and the last tags. And I think that looks really good and I'm happy with that. Then I also noticed that her second tag, so the one in the middle on the top, she had a little tab on it that had the date. So I didn't have any tabs, but I did have this sheet of some labels from Studio Calico that I got, some of the digital labels. So I just printed I cut one of those out, and then I'm adding on June 2022. So I'll have the date. And then I knew that I wanted to do some sort of title. So I grabbed out these alphas, which I think are the Sun Chaser Heidi Swap alphas. So I grabbed those, but as I was trying to stick one down, I noticed that this tag was a little too busy to add those alphas. So I had this 3x4 card just sitting there. So I thought that I would tear it a little bit, and it made the perfect little place for me to add my title. So I was going to write My Handsome Hubby, but I didn't have enough room to spell out hubby. So I ended up just going with hubs, and that works good enough for me. So I'm going to kind of move these down a little bit so I have plenty of space and add that right on. And then I'm going to use a combo of two different really small alphas that I have. This first one are super old from Hobby Lobby. So I've had them for years. I just happened to buy tons of them, and there's a lot on there. So they've been holding on. So I write handsome with that one. And then I have these from Citrus Twist. So I just add my to the top. And then I'll add a few other little bits and pieces here, but this is the main portion of the layout. And I've got to say, I absolutely love the way that this one turned out this week. So I love the combo of this paper pad. I really love these patterns with like the dark colors, and then the pop of that kind of lime green I just think is so good. And I love the grid style layout with the tags. It's just so cute. So I had a little 2x2 square there from the cut apart of just some of that black paper. So I went ahead and cut out a few stars, and I'm just placing them on in a few different spots. And then of course I'll add just a few of the gold stars as well, just to give it a little bit of a glittery pop here in a minute. But first I'm going to take my just white jelly roll pen and go ahead and outline all the stars. So I love outlining any kind of darker stars with this white pen. It is so cute, and it really makes them pop. So I'm just adding that on really quick, and then just do the finishing touches here. So this one, I'm just saying it again, I'm in love with it. I can't help it. I love it. I even went out and showed Will whenever I was done because I was so proud of this layout. So I just feel like sometimes I do struggle with 12x12 layouts. I don't feel like that's my my strongest suit. So this collab with Heather has just been so cool because it's really gotten me out of my comfort zone and gotten me to try some different layouts than I would have normally tried on my own. So I think that that is a really fun thing about it. And like I said, I picked this one, but sometimes, she'll pick the next one and it might be something that's even more outside my comfort zone. But it's fun to try, and it's a great way to hang on to those really special photos throughout the month because I know that I'm going to be making a layout at some point. So I just love that. So I do add on a little label here at the bottom and just add a little bit of journaling as well. So once again, I've put all the links below. Please go watch Heather's video next. I'm sure she created something just wonderful. And also check out Tarrah's page. I hope I'm saying that right, by the way. I don't know if it's Tarrah or Tarrah, but I'm going with Tarrah. But yes, so I'm going to add a little bit of the Heidi Swap color shine here. I think the color is tinsel. It's kind of like a shiny metallic gray. So I add that on for the last little finishing touch. I'm out of the gold basically, but I love this color as well, and I almost have a full bottle. So it really went super nicely with this layout in particular. So that is it for this one. So super quick, super easy, and it's one of my favorites that I've made in a long time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a like. Please also consider subscribing, and I will be back at you soon with another video. Bye, you guys.